Rock and Roll. We had the honor and the privilege to see the show this afternoon with the entire school, and it was phenomenal. It was one of the best productions that I've ever seen in my elementary career. And the credit goes to all of those students that are on that stage doing an incredible job and working incredibly hard. They just show their commitment and their dedication to this production, and you'll see that tonight. And I can't say enough about Mr. Groove and what he has done with these students. The quality of this production is phenomenal, and I know that all of you will agree with that. So without further ado, here's Mr. Groove to introduce the show.
Well, it's nice to have you all here, first of all. Can you say strep throat? Santa Claus had strep throat, has strep throat, and I wasn't really sure whether or not Santa Claus was going to be able to make it, and so, as if there wasn't enough stress in putting together a production of this size, with kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade all in this production, Jake Nero, who plays Santa Claus, was sick with strep throat and 102-degree fever. And thank God or whoever he's here now, because otherwise I was going to have to put on the suit. And I wasn't looking forward to that. Anyway, I want to make sure that I give some thanks to some people. First of all, I need to thank Diane Burt, Tony Hansen, Sandy Wheeler, and Elizabeth Ribadai, who really have supported me and the children all throughout this thing, and I really appreciate them. You can give them a round of applause right off the bat. I need to really thank my kids who are doing this whole thing for us. Believe it or not, I'm not pulling my hair this time. The kids are doing the best they can being stage managers, and I have Robbie Houston, Brian McCarney, and Hassan Atris, who are the stage managers for this thing, so you can give them a round of applause as well. When you are videotaping, please make sure that you are either seated right up close to the front as far as you can, or that you're seated in your seat so that you're not standing and blocking someone else's view, or you're seated off to the side of the walls, or standing by the side of the walls. That's cool too. One more thing I want to talk to you about. One of the things that we here at Breeses Elementary School pride ourselves on are those things called the life skills. And I'm just going to not necessarily share a story with you, but just tell you something that I witnessed at one time that really kind of appalled me, and that I would hope I wouldn't see now here tonight. And that is, one time I went to a performance, and I know that most directors don't do this because we make like tens of thousands of dollars to direct after-school enrichment programs. I swear to you, honest to God, we don't. We put in a lot of hours. I know myself personally, I have put in a lot of hours, as the kids have put in a lot of hours. Well, I went to see a production one time at another elementary school, which shall remain nameless, and I know that those children put in some time. I know that those directors put in some time. And I sat in the audience, and I literally cringed as some adults, probably parents of kids that were on the stage, sat and talked while their kids were on stage performing. And guess what? At Breeses, we don't do that. We don't. We have active listening. And as we've taught the kids, and I can get every single one of those kids to say the same thing right now, active listening means that you listen with what, kids?
Your eyes, your ears, your heart.
Are you listening?
Your eyes, your ears, your heart.
Thank you. Your eyes, your ears, and your heart. And all I can ask from you is that you listen with your eyes, your ears, and your insides, your heart. And if you're not here because of your heart, then I don't know why you're here at all. So I hope you enjoy this production. Let me make sure By the way, that's called respect in life skills and active listening, which is a lifelong guideline. So please show the children respect. And I think that's it. I'll be talking to you again at intermission a little bit about the blessings of drama, because there'll be about 15 minutes worth of show, and then there'll be about 10 minutes worth of a costume change. And some of you may say, Mr. Groove, why do you have a costume change? Why don't you just let them wear the same clothes? Well, guess what, gang? In theater, we don't wear the same clothes for every act and every scene. And so I think that in order to get the full flavor for drama, I let the kids have the costume change just as it's written in the script. And so I'll bore you for 10 minutes while they change their clothes or something. Okay, so without further ado, this is the North Pole Goes Rock and Roll.
Why, Santa, you're home.
Hello, dear.
Did you have a good day at the shop?
Busy as usual this time of year.
Is there something wrong, dear? It seems you haven't been yourself lately. None of the elves have quit, have they?
No, of course not.
And the toys are coming along on schedule.
Certainly.
Then you must be catching a cold.
No, it's not that either.
Well then, why should you be so alarmed?
I don't know. I guess I feel that many children don't get excited about me anymore. Anyways, why should they? They're too busy watching their superheroes on television all year. They only think of me at Christmas time. Besides, I'm the same old Santa I always was. Children are starting to get tired of seeing a jolly fat guy in a red suit.
Nonsense! Children will always love Santa Claus.
Not the way I am now. Times are changing, and I'm going to have to change too, or I'll just be another thing of the past.
Well, what did you have in mind?
I don't know, but I've sent my elves to peek in houses to see what children are watching on TV these days.
You are serious, aren't you?
I have no choice. I have to do something and quick. Styles have changed, cars have changed, toys and boys and girls have changed, but I'm just the same old Santa. When you wanna buy, prices are high, but I'm just as frozen as Eskimo pie. Yes, I'm just the same old Santa. Everybody's doing a different dance, but I'm still wearing the same old pants. Everybody's driving a car today, but I still operate a reindeer sleigh. Ho, ho, ho! And it ain't fun being so old-fashioned. Brothers have changed, sisters have changed, pop and rock and roll have changed, but I'm just the same old Santa, and I want to change. Why can't I?
Do what you must, but remember your Mrs. Claus will always love you, no matter how old-fashioned you are.
Thank you, dear. I just wish the children felt that way.
I think they do, but I know I'll never convince you of that. Let's go and eat our supper.
from, I should be able to come up with something. Well done, Elves. You may go. Wait! I can't seem to make out what this says.
Oh, you mean Super Duper Man?
No, the one below that.
Oh, that says the Incredible Hulk.
I can't seem to place the name.
It seems to me he was the one who was big, strong, and all green.
Green! The most fitting Christmas color indeed. That may be just the ticket.
Except he's pretty strong.
Are you saying that I'm not strong?
Oh, no, Santa. I just thought...
Well, think no more. Give me some weight. Don't you elves have work to do?
Oh yes, Santa, we're on our way.
Yikes! My foot! Oh well, I didn't want to be green anyways. Much too drab. I can see I'm far too old for this. There's got to be an easier way. Oh, my back! This will never do.
What do you want us to do, Santa?
I want you to take this football and throw it to me. When I catch it, I want you to all try and tackle me.
But, Santa, we don't want to hurt you.
Ho, ho, ho! Do you think a bunch of little men like you can hurt Santa Claus? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go! Stop! Stop! You'll kill me!
We didn't mean to hurt you.
We only followed your directions. Are you okay?
Oh, I guess so. Nothing is working, and Christmas will be here in no time. I just can't disappoint the children. What am I to do?
What can I be? Where did I go wrong? If I can't be a star, where do I belong? How can I
nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet, and that's the bottom line. We're gonna get the kids up now, and they're gonna be dancing and stuff. I'm just wondering if this is gonna like shock my lips or something. I don't know if you can tell, but the top of it's gone, so it's supposed to be domed. Intermission. What should you talk about? It says here, Diane wrote, talk about the blessings and curses of drama. Well, first of all, before I start talking about that, I want to say thank you to you guys. Because you give me your children. And you trust me. And I appreciate that. And sometimes it's fun. And other times I know what you go through at night. And there have been times when I've talked to Diane. Now, I've been doing this since I was about 5 years old, being on stage, actually performing myself. And there are some times when I go home and I just want to cry and I want to pull my hair out and I think, God, I am the meanest man that walks the face of the earth. Because I have 70 children, or 65 children, and I don't know what to do to get them to be quiet when I need them all to be quiet at the same time. And then Diane looks at me and she goes, hey, guess what? Someday you're going to be a parent, and you're not going to be able to get 2 of your kids to be quiet when you want them to be quiet. And so I'm thinking, okay, so it's all right that I raise my voice or whatever, and then I go, you need to sit down right now and knock it off! Remember that I love you because the life skill of respect tells us that we... This one's gone. This one's history. That's okay. Who's back there? I heard the Peter Pan. That there are times that she can't get her own kids to, be quiet and brush their teeth and take care of themselves. And so I want to thank you because drama is a commitment. And I know there were times that I went a little bit longer than I should have, or a little bit longer than I said I would have. But I hope you're seeing some of the results tonight. And I can't stress enough that if it weren't for the support of parents and the support that you give to your kids every day, that these kids would not be the individuals that they are. And believe me, you have a group of teachers here at this school that work very hard to shape and mold them into some pretty awesome individuals. But if we don't have your support, it's all for naught. It's all for nothing. And if we don't have good communication with one another and you say, if you're out there saying, I don't know what Mr. Grube is up to, blah, 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 I don't get this. Well, then you need to come and talk to the man, and that's me. And I feel that we do that, and that's what's great. So thank you for doing that, having that open communication with me. The blessings and curses of drama. Drama is a tremendous possibility for us to be something that we're not. It's an opportunity for us to go outside of ourselves and become a different character while at the same time being ourselves. A lot of times what that tends to do is it develops something called self-esteem. And it gives them character beyond anything they can get in a classroom, with the exception of getting up in front of their class and actually delivering some kind of a report. Being able to publicly speak in front of a group of people is definitely something that needs to be fostered in our kids. They should not feel nervous to get up in front of people. They need to feel confident, and that's what drama does. Now, one of the curses of drama is that because we have all these emotions and we throw them all around, we have a lot of crying, we have a lot of tears at times, and a lot of frustration at times, because everybody wants to be the star. That's what everybody wants to be. Everybody wants to have the center stage. And of course, that's what I want too. And guess what? I'll be 30 in January and I'm the star tonight. At least for 10 minutes I am. And so, drama is more like developing the team, at least for me. And this team of kids has really come a long way. And we've lost some people along the way, no doubt about it. Some could not make it. Some could not deal with the commitment. Hey, the bottom line is, you miss 2 times, you're out. That's it. I can't have people missing just because they want to go play soccer, or if they want to go play basketball. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. I love those things. But if you want to be committed to something, then you need to be committed to it with all your heart. And so that's a rule. We don't disrespect one another. Nobody talks nasty to one another. Nobody puts down one another. Another one of the lifelong guidelines. No put-downs. I guess when I wrap it all up, and I'm hoping that I can wrap it up soon. How many people are we done? Are we pretty close? Hey, where's the boys? Boys are slow. They said boys are slow. Because I have all the girls here, but I don't have any boys here. Okay, well, I'm not going to agree with them. And I'm not going to disagree. And I'm not going to disagree with them either, because that'll be even more problems than the other. But anyway, well, I hope that you're enjoying yourself. Let me make sure I did everything I need to do. Let me cover some things that I was going to cover afterwards while the kids are getting in their jeans and stuff. By the way, Santa, in case you haven't listened to the tape, yeah, right. If you haven't heard the tape about 50 times, I don't know what's going on in your house. Because I made 70 tapes, so I hope somebody's listening to them out there. Santa goes hip, you know, basically, in case you did hip, hip, hip. I'm sure you've seen the dance too, maybe. Guys, behind the stage. You guys could kind of like hang back so that we can do that. That'd be great. And if you could help your own child gather costumes and personal items, we're going to be taking down the stage and props, and all of that is going to happen prior to the cast party. Prior meaning before the cast party. So help whenever you can. We appreciate any and all help you can get. The reason we're not starting the cast party until all that's done is because the cast should probably get served first, considering it's their party. And they're going to be the ones, and they've already been instructed that they need to help tear down before we can have the party. That's the way it goes in theater, even in real theater. You break down the set the night the show closes. So anyway, I'm going to hope everybody's ready. And if they're not, give us a minute. Thanks.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, gang, gather around. I've got some news for you.
What is it, Claus?
A group of children from Brizas Elementary in Chandler, Arizona, have stated a desire to come to the North Pole and see our exquisite toy shop.
Wow! Do you think it's wise, Claus?
This year, I think we'll need some extra publicity so that kids can see my new image and all that.
I think you're making a mistake. We've never allowed this before. So, I don't know if I want to be seen looking like this. I feel rather foolish.
Sit on it.
Hey, hey, hey! There'll be no arguing here, not while the Claus is around. Now I want all of you to get this place ship-shape so we can make a good impression. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
Hey, gang, I think they're coming. Start moving. Get to work. It's here. It's Santa's workshop. Are you sure this is the place? This isn't all what I imagined. Where are the elves? You're looking at them. But I thought the elves were shorts and suspenders. And wore cute little hats. Did you hear that one? What do you think we are? Squares! Well, if this is Santa's workshop, where's Santa? Santa Claus? Here he comes now.
Hey, hey, hey there, kids! We appreciate you, taking an interest in our little shop.
You're not Santa. Santa wears red suit. And says ho, ho, ho. And rides a sleigh.
Well, I'm what you call the up-to-date version.
I don't like the Santa Claus. Aw, he isn't Santa. He's just a babe. Boo-hoo, I'm gonna go home. He must be a joke, or it's showbiz. This guy can be who he says he is. What's he trying to do? I don't know. All I can say is already that shows. Look at this cat. He's really a bore.
you'd like me better this way.
I like the old Santa. Yeah, that's the only one we kids are ever going to like.
You mean you don't care if I'm old-fashioned?
Santa isn't old-fashioned. Come on, gang, let's go. This isn't the real Santa Claus. Come on, go.
Wait! I promised the old Santa will be back by the time you count to 20. Ready? Start!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's Santa Claus!
Ho, ho, ho! So you really do like your old Santa Claus.
We'll always love our dear Santa Claus forever and ever. And I will too. I'm glad I'm having my old Santa back. So are we, aren't we, Al? Yeah!
I think we should celebrate. Let's hitch up the reindeer and take these children for an honest-to-goodness sleigh ride.
Oh, Daddy, please do!
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, there can we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha ha, bells on bobtail ring. Making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. What a wonderful sleigh ride we had.
The children were pleased, weren't they?
Oh, yes. And the reindeer were so happy to be back pulling the sleigh.
And I myself again, thanks to the children.
Thanks to them, Christmas will have the same old Santa as always.
I even like myself better this way. It's no fun trying to be someone else.
It's so good to hear you say that, dear. Even Santa Claus can learn a lesson or two.
Well, you won't have to worry about me trying to be someone else again.
Let's go and enjoy our nice warm fireplace.
Ho, ho, ho! That's a great idea. You go ahead while I tidy up a few things.
I'll have some nice warm cocoa waiting for you.
Sounds great.
There's no more cause for Mrs. Claus, 'cause Santa's back the way he was. Oh yeah, it's true. And it's a season of peace and joy and love.
Oh my. All right, before I would like to introduce you guys. Santa's giving out some candy canes there. Oh, life skills, boys. Remember the life skills. Okay, if you'll listen up, I'm gonna let the kids, the mic, we had 2 mics, but we only have the one, so I'm just gonna let them say their name really loud, so you guys have to project your voices, okay? Can you project your voices like this?
Yeah!
Okay, ready? What's your name? Tell them.
Hi, my name's Tatiana. And
Mayfield. What's your last name?
Mayfield.
There you go.
Billy West. Sorope Jacqueline.
Okay, Sorope also sang our Santa Claus parts. You can give him a round of applause for that too. Okay, next to Sorope we have.
Leah Paredes.
Say it again, Leah.
Leah Paredes. Casey Wheeler. Brooke Biddle. Jennifer Harrison. Taylor Durangier. Julia Schweitzer. Caitlin Miller. Sarah Shornack. Channing Arnold. Clark Brown. Ricky Hernandez.
Who's that waiver?
Nicole Burns. Rita O'Connor. Lily Amos. Cassandra Hanson. Eric Carson. Bella Sweet. Sharon Jones. Emily Rosendahl. Sarah Smith. Blake Brand. Stephanie Hansen. Lucy Rosales. Christine Kopowski. Becky Maloney. Brittany Racal. Harry Hyde. Brianna Chubb. Sydney Walding. White Potato. Spencer Sheet. Jessica Van Dyke. Justin Kyman. Christian Rubinstein. Dennis McGinn. Maxine. Sona Treats. Brian McCarney. Stephanie Taylor. Ashley Parrish. Stephanie Clark. Katie Nazaba. Neil Mayfield. Jamie Biddle. TJ Staff. Robbie Houston. Rachel Stroop. Eric Knapp. And Jessica Rivadaya.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Oh my gosh. You know, when I look at them, I can't believe that I worked with this many kids at one time. I think I'm gonna have a stroke. Anyway, before we do this, Sydney Waldy, raise your hand. She sang You've Got the Blas, Mrs. Blas. Man, that girl's got the future in the theater. Jessica Rivadaya on the end was our Mrs. Claus. I already said about Sorope. Sorope was our singing Mr. Claus. Beautiful voice. And then distributing candy canes throughout the auditorium is Mr. Jake, I've got strep throat, but I'm still here, Nero. This is by far an amazing group of kids. You should be very proud of yourself, and you should sleep soundly, as I will tonight for the first time in a week. Thank you. Have a good night. Okay, hold on. Before anybody does any cast party stuff, though, what do we have to do, guys? What do we have to do? Okay, tear down the stage. That's right. Not literally. But wait.
Yo, guys! Yeah. You guys, what did we talk about?
Only forgot to
Life skills, and who do we want to say a giant thank you to? Everyone should give Mr. Groom a standing ovation. I would really appreciate it. He deserves it very much. Thank you all for helping with the party and costumes. We really appreciate it.
Amazing, isn't it? You only have two. I got seven. Sit up. Now, I know you're excited. I know there's a party going to be happening, and I know you're the major persons that have been invited. But remember, we need to be careful when we tear the stuff down. Okay? So we need to take care of all that stuff as best as we can. We need to fold up the tablecloths, all the toilet Excuse me, I'm not done, thank you. Thank you, your eyes should be on me. And I wanted to say I'm very proud of every single one. But don't make me any less proud by showing your parents what I saw a couple times during the production. Okay, so let's use our heads to get the place cleaned up nice and neatly, carefully. Okay, that box.
More fun then?